up with some oatmeal in addition to our mitochondrial approach, okay? But this week, this is an anti-aging topic. How not to look old, move old, act old, feel old, but younger, stronger, and more assertive instead, okay? But before we get into all of that, let me introduce you to us, especially if you're new. By now you might know that we're a nutraceutical company, and that we're noted for making some profoundly effective products for people and their pets. There's a very good reason for that. It has to do with some technology that Dr. Bevan Elliott, who's been my partner since 2015, created. He's pioneering a new way to make all of us healthier. Here's how he wants to do it. He wants to increase the amount of energy that your cells produce. How do you do that? Well, you regrow something called mitochondria. What's that? That's that part of your cell that actually produces that energy that your body runs on. You know that energy that you used to have a lot more of when you were younger? When you had all that energy, you barely knew what to do with it. You ran, you jumped, you played, you rested and went back and did it again the next day. Those are those thrilling days of yesteryear. Something has happened to your mitochondria. Let me tell you about yours, After you started out with a lot of the life started getting in the way, you got diseases and whatnot, it reduced your mitochondria. If you ever had COVID, for example, it exhausted and killed a lot of your mitochondria. You didn't get them all back. If you got blood pressure, if you got blood sugar issues, all those things accelerate your loss of mitochondria, okay? Such that by the time you're 60 or so, you might only have half of them left, on your way to 5 or 10% by the time you're 80 or 90. Now, what is going on while that's happening? You may notice that maybe you're not seeing as well as you used to, right? Can't read that fine print as well. Maybe you're nearsighted, maybe you're farsighted. Maybe you're having problems with your night vision, okay? All right? Well, gotta get a stronger prescription, whatever. Lots of mitochondria. How about the way your brain works? Can you remember things as well as you used to? Is your mind is shocked? Okay, are you kind of noticing you might be in a room and wonder why you walked in there? All right, that's loss of mitochondria one more time. Okay, having to do with that. What is strength and stamina? I don't even know you need to ask you that question. You know you're not a spring chicken anymore, right?
That's right.
How about the way your vital systems operate? I'm talking about those things that doctors check you with every time you go in, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, you take that blood test, right? Even things like your weight, all of them are complicated by the loss of mitochondria. It's not as easy to stay in shape as it used to be, right? How about the way your immune system works? It's important. It has to protect us from everything that's out there that comes against us. We live in a very toxic environment. There's always something coming along that's about to get you, right? Well, how can that immune system protect you as well as it did when you're younger, when you've lost all that mitochondria? It takes power. That power comes from mitochondria. You don't have it. So what is Dr. Elliott and Mito trying to do about that? Regrow it? What he did was analyze and decode those signals that your body was sending when you were younger to tell your mitochondria to grow, to tell your mitochondria to be robust and resilient and maintain it, right? They got weaker. He found some in nature that can cause them to grow, but that's not good enough. It's scientifically measurable, but if you want to change the course, the trajectory of your health, you got to do more than that. So he created this new technology. It's called XDS. That stands for exponential delivery system. What's it doing? Reorganize the molecules of all those ingredients that you see on our product labels so they don't just get into your bloodstream. Other folks can do that. If we're going to make this mitochondria come back, we've got to get it all the way into your mitochondria, which, by the way, are thousands of times smaller than cells are. That is a breakthrough. No one else has made it. Only Dr. Elliott here at MoreMito, okay? Put that tape out to the product line that Dale's going to talk to you about. It's called UltraMito, as in ultra mitochondria.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, the first product I want to mention is called Rejuvenate. It's our topical cream. It's for your skin from head to toe. You put it in your hair, you massage it in your scalp, and it's for anything that disturbs your skin. That could be a scratch, a scrape, a cut, a bump, a mole, a blemish, anything disturbing your skin. We've got testimonials in the back office about the impact it's had on severe varicose veins, on cellulite and stretch marks, even the lines on your face. And it does everything it does because it doesn't just sit on your skin. It soaks through your skin. It soaks down to the bone. It helps with your ligaments and your tendons, your muscles, your joints, your back joints, your knee joints, your hands. And look, if you or anybody you know has a condition in your hands or in your feet that could start as tingling and become incredibly severe, you're going to find that Rejuvenate becomes your go-to product for everything I just mentioned. Everything and more. So listen to the testimonials in the back office. They'll astound you. Next, I want to talk about Restore 3.0. It's our first third generation product. And Dr. Ben has truly created something incredible using as a base 2 ancient superfoods, olive oil with olive leaf and black seed. They've both been used for thousands of years because of the benefits they provide to the human condition. They mentioned olive oil in the Bible. They found black seed when they opened King Tut's tomb. But Dr. Bevan has taken several elements of each and uses them in a unique way to benefit our lives. With olive oil, he uses several elements to tune up and detoxify your cells while increasing your mitochondria. Now, that's the unique thing. That's the secret. That's our name, MoreMito, short for mitochondria. Dr. Bevan found when we can increase mitochondria, the energy source for your cells, when we can increase that back to the age when you were a kid, your body starts to work the way it's supposed to, the way it used to, the way it did before life and the environment started tearing your body down. And he uses black seed to increase your energy, but it's cellular energy. It's steady, it's strong. There's no jitters. It's not like a hit of energy you might get from caffeine or from sugar that has a big high followed by a deep valley crash. Cellular energy is steady. Imagine being able to start and complete a task without a need to rest. How about the disappearance of your brain fog or something strenuous like a long bike ride that has a short recovery time? What it means is you can jump back in and engage life to its fullest without a need to sit on the couch and watch it all pass you by. And I've only mentioned 2 of the 44 ingredients Dr. Bevan has used to create Restore 3.0. Look, it takes 8 weeks to make a bottle of Restore. You just don't dump a bunch of ingredients in a pot, stir it, and pour it in a bottle. It takes 8 weeks, and part of that process is the proper proportions. Dr. Bevan will tell you if you take a handful of vitamins, you're lucky if a third isn't a complete waste, overpowered and canceled out by other things in that handful of vitamins. They have to be in the proper proportions, and then the most critical feature of all is the XDS that allows your body to use those ingredients again like nothing it's been ever able to use before. Next, I want to talk about Renew, Brain and Body. It's our newest product. Some of the ingredients Dr. Bevan needs us to have to increase our mitochondria can't be delivered in a liquid phase. They have to be delivered dry. So he's created these small capsules with the additional ingredients to amp up and replace your mitochondria. Brain and Body helps with blood flow, critical. It was spoken on the nutritional call just before this. The blood flow in the legs and the extremities, the body, the blood flow in the brain, the firing of the synapses, the disappearance of the brain fog. You need these ingredients. Renew stands on the shoulders of Rejuvenate and Restore to complete the triad of ingredients to increase your mitochondria, to return you to normal. Next, finally, some of the most important members of our family are the pets that we own. The most viewed videos on the web are pet videos, and we love them. They're part of the family, and they suffer just like we do. If you've seen a dog that can hardly make it up and down the stairs, has become hobbled, maybe it's lethargic just when he's around. If you've got a cat that's hacking up fur balls, you can bring your dog and cat back to puppy and kitty stage with Petlife. Increase their mitochondria, help them with the things they face as well, and it happens so fast. It's gratifying to see, and all of our products do the same thing: restore your mitochondria. So Rejuvenate, Restore 3.0, Renew, Brain and Body, and Petlife. There's nothing like what these products can do for you. To hear more about that, I'm going to turn this call back over to Roger. Roger, take it away.
Thank you, Dale. Try not to look old, move old, act old, and do all that old stuff, okay? There's another way to do this. You can stay more youthful. You know, that's what Dr. Joy is going to come and talk to us about, like if you sit by a store like the grocery store or Home Depot or whatever, and you just watch people come and go, you'll notice that younger people they're like bouncing, right? They got all that leg strength, they like exaggerate stuff because they got it like that. But then the older the people get, the more they slow down, the more they're kind of lumbering along. But then there's that exceptional older person that you see every now and then. They got it just like the younger people do, okay? They just bouncing too. They got that extra energy and stuff. That's Dr. Joyce Scott. She knows how to do that. So Dr. Joy, you with me? I got a question for you, like I do every week. Okay, we got her unmuted down.
Okay.
Okay, here's a question. So what would you have anybody know who wants to have that youthful can run everywhere? I mean, every time I'm leaving Atlanta and I leave y'all, you're running somewhere, right? Other folks can get
That's
that
right.
too. Tell them your secret.
Well, the secret is, there's a few, so I'm going to name them real fast now. So one of them, before you get in that shower, you dry brush your body. So that now when you use that Rejuvenate on your skin, yes, the biggest chance of it going all the way through to those heavy muscles like the ones in your calf, okay, or in your thigh, or on your upper arms. They are ready to carry heavy loads and run. I know people say, stop that running. And so I just love to run. I'm 71 years old, and I do know that if I use my muscles, I can keep using them. That's the main thing, Roger. And you wouldn't have to wait then till you get pain and inflammation to try to work on those muscles to get them to not hurt because you've been using them. You've been calling oxygen in, been calling that mitochondria into those areas so they can heal and mend any little issues that you might have around sciatica. All you had to do was take that Restore, put some over in your Rejuvenate, stir it up really nicely till it's a peachy in color, and massage it deep into that middle of your hips to get rid of sciatica. You could massage it deep in the lower back to get rid of any kind of back aches that you might have. But you've got to use your product. You've got to exercise. Like sometimes we're looking at a muscle and we see cellulite. Just rub that Rejuvenate. It's going to pull it, get it to flow right out of there because of the massaging process with these products. This MoreMito is actually being able to do the job for you. And movement is so important. I remember one story that I read about a guy. He was 70 years old. His wife had died of cancer. And he was so sad that he had lost his wife. And he thought, it's really a shame to get to 70 and think you could die and you hadn't really lived. So he decided to start looking around. What could he do? So he started training. So I'm going to challenge each one of you to start moving now. If I'm moving, you can move. He started training for the 26-mile marathon. So he started running it all over the world, got gold medals. He had written him a book called A Dud at 70 and a Stud at 80 because he had all these itises, bursitis, tendonitis, arthritis, but he was able to come out of it because he was moving. So I want to challenge everyone to move and to use that Rejuvenate. Put this high-tech salad dressing that Roger has. Put it on all of your food. It'll help oxygenate those lungs up. You'll feel so much like, hey, this is my body. I'm going to look after it, and I'm going to start to get more out of my body. I'm going to start moving. I'm going to create me a MoreMito social hour so that we can all start to get moving. I want to introduce you to one set of exercises you might like. It's a little book. It's called 5 Tibetan Rites. It's by Peter Kelder, Kelder. It's yoga exercises. Take you maybe 10 minutes to do it. It's going to youthsen all of your joints. Oh my goodness. He, by doing these exercises, it's going to take like 40 years off your life in just a minimum of time. People are going to look at you and say, how did you get so younger looking? You're going to say, I use a high-tech salad dressing, and I do a little yoga. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So you can buy this book on Amazon, buy the number 5 Tibetan Rites, and it helps you to youth. Your face is going to change, your joints are going to change, your eyes are going to change, and MoreMito is going to be right there to help you feel, look, and act your age. And it sure won't be sitting around thinking about retiring.
Okay.
Thank you, Roger. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Dr. Joy. Awesome. Let's take a quick Dr. Joy story. We're leaving the hotel in Atlanta, my nephew and I, right? And the elevators were broke, and we can't bring all this stuff down. We got these boxes of bags and stuff. Dr. Joy said, let's go. She reached down and grabbed both of them and everything, put them on her, one on each shoulder. She's ready to go. Put us to shame. Go, Dr. Joy. All right. So, this process of aging that we're talking about in this topic today, you can decode it, you can understand it if you understand where your mitochondria are concentrated. It's in your major organs, right? Liver, kidney, and so forth. Highest concentration, heart, brain, and eyes. So as you get older, you're going to tend to lose your sight because they require a lot of energy. You can't produce it because you've lost your mitochondria. Even if you're taking really good care of yourself, you're going to lose it. The only way to do it is put it back. Yashika Rice can help you understand that. Yashika Rice.
I just want to say, because I take it for my eyes, and I'm always on here wanting to give my testimony about my eyes. I started maybe about 4 or 5 days ago, and I could not, in my right eye, I could barely, I couldn't really see. And I have started, the words are a little blurry, but I couldn't even see blur at first. And I can read out of that right eye. And because I wanted to know when I first heard about the product, I'm like, okay, does this really work? Does this really work? Because I wouldn't be able to tell anybody else if it didn't work for me. So what I did, I went to search mitochondria and did a lot of research on it and everything. And what you guys are saying is so true. So I'm always using my product all throughout the day or whatever. But I can truly tell, even when I went outside this morning, I began to see color filling back in my eyes because I had almost I lost color, colorblind. And when I was out today, I was so happy that I see that my eyes are getting clear for me to see better. So I did want to say that the gentleman, he was talking earlier as giving it time, because it's not sometimes it could be quick, but sometimes, we want to rush and then we'll say the product didn't work because we didn't give it time. So I'm giving myself time because even while doing my research, I saw that between 1 and 3 months, certain things happen with their eyes, and then from 3 to 6 months, certain things happen. So I just want to tell people, just give it time, allow the product to work, because it's just like when you're taking your other medication, you wouldn't skip a day with that. So don't skip days with this, and just listen as far as how much you should take. I think that is so important. And just do it as if you were taking your regular medication and giving your body time to adjust to the product so that you can see a change in your vision, because I'm seeing it. I would not be on here saying, because I do not play with people. So I am seeing small progressions every day. And I thank God, because I am going to be able to see and drive again. I say that, and I know that this was heaven sent. God sent MoreMito to me, and I am so grateful. And Roger, I have been practicing the little speech thing, the recording that you sent. So I'm coming along pretty good.
All right.
So thank you.
We got to tell that mitochondria story. Indeed we do. The older we get, stuff starts showing up on you that wasn't there when you were
Yolanda Israel.
I have the pleasure of talking to Yolanda Israel. Yolanda, please tell me what your health concerns were before you were introduced to Mito.
I had a problem in my scalp where I had a knot that had been there for approximately 4 or 5 years, and it would itch like really badly to the point where in the last couple of weeks I scratched the hair out of my scalp right there. And weird problem where just all of a sudden I didn't do anything, but my back went out and I couldn't walk. So she told me that I needed to try the product on my back. Now I didn't tell them about my head, but it took a little while for me to get it, and each day my back was getting better. But once I received the product, I put it on my head. I use them both. First I put the oil on direct because my scalp is really dry, and then the cream on it. And that was yesterday. That was the first thing that I did. I realized I wanted to take some scissors and scratch the knot out because it was itching so bad. To stop the itching, and I use it a couple times a day. So what I do is about 7 or 8 hours I have to reapply it, and then I can go to sleep. And in my sleep, I'd be scratching in my sleep and not realize it. And I didn't do it last night. As well as today, I haven't had to scratch because it hasn't had any itching. I work a lot, and I'm usually working from dark to dark. And right now, I normally would be so tired, I would not be able to stay on this call. And I can go outside and I can do a cartwheel. Well, I couldn't do a cartwheel. I could do some jumping jacks. I have more energy than I had before.
Okay. How many times a day are you applying the Rejuvenate, I presume you're mixing from the store in it, to that knot that was so problematic for you?
Well, I'm doing it about two to three times. So I do it in the morning, and then I do it around the afternoon, and then I do it before I go to sleep. So I do it 3 times.
Okay. Was it like enlarged or something? And so has it shrunk at all?
You know, it's softer, so it's like a big, I'll call it a cyst, about the size of a dime, less than a dime size, the size of my head. But the weird part is that when it itches, it would make white stuff come out. So whenever it would itch me real bad, it needed to release. And so it's not, and it would fill back up really quickly. So right now, it's feeling like, it doesn't feel like it normally does. Like normally I'll have to push it. I can't do that right now. I don't need to push it. It's hereditary because my uncle, my mom, my grandfather, they've had them cut off and they go back. And I'm not getting it cut off. I told them I'm not letting nobody cut my hair. So I don't want to play with that. But it's already stopped me from scratching my hair out because I'm 57. I don't want to lose no hair. And I had a good head of hair until that happened. So I'm hoping to hear somebody tell me how fast you grew their hair back, because that's what I'm looking forward to, getting rid of the knot and seeing my hair go back right there.
Okay. It looks like your body's really making good use of it.
I'm so happy. I had chicken pox and I thought that was bad. It's just so bad that I literally imagine myself picking up some scissors and cutting it out. Like it's itching me to the point of where I want to just take it out, and it's just, so whatever it is, it's not supposed to be there, and it's already stopped itching. So I'm believing that it's going to continue my body to help it to get rid of it, and whatever it is, not come back. I'm not welcoming it back. I don't consent to it.
I understand. All right. Well, sounds like you're about to be on top of your game, if you're not already.
Yeah, I'm on it now. My hair is about to be back on top of my head.
Congratulations. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
All right. I should point out that we make no attempt to diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases. We feel like we got a higher concept, and that is regrow your mitochondria and let your body fix you the way it was designed to do. Okay? Now, those nagging annoyances that Yolanda was talking about, stuff can be worse than that, right? I mean, by the time we get through not eating right, having a blood pressure, blood sugar issue, now we're challenged with our weight situation, and not always losing it. Sometimes we got to gain that weight back, right? It kind of starts with eating better. Yeah, it does. But you want to change the trajectory of your health, you got to do what Verica does the skin, put that mitochondria back in play, add this mito to your mix. I've got the pleasure of speaking with Veronica Douglas. Veronica, please tell me what your health concerns were before you were introduced to mito.
Oh, before I had what they call pain non-stop. My body and feet. And I couldn't sleep. Pain in my right leg, in my shoulders, in my knees. I had sleepless nights. I was just losing weight. My eating habits had changed. Didn't feel nothing that I eating food, I even drinking water. I was getting smaller and smaller every day.
What was causing all of this?
Well, I went to many doctors about the pain, and I was told I have neuropathy. The medicine that was given me, I wasn't getting no help from that medication.
How long were you dealing with that, Veronica?
4 years.
Okay. All right. You obviously tried a lot of things over the course of that time.
Yes.
How can you stand about what changed, if anything, once you started using mito?
Well, I was introduced to the herbalist who introduced me to the product. And I started using the product and I see a big difference. The pain decreased from a pain to like a 5 now. But it's much better. I sleep better at night now. I eat better. I function better. I put some weight on back.
When I hear you say put on weight, like had you lost weight or something?
I lost a lot of weight.
Okay. What was your weight before, Veronica, and what did your weight get down to?
Before I was 220 pounds.
Okay.
Then I went down to 137 pounds.
Okay.
Now I'm back in my weight like 169 pounds.
Okay. Is that the weight that you wanted to be?
Yes, I prefer to be that because when I lose weight, I look very terrible.
Okay.
When I lost weight, I look really terrible. So I prefer to be in that weight I am now.
So you were having a lot of discomfort issues. You had lost weight, and you were looking terrible. And now that you got back on mito, you're looking good, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, really good.
And feeling good too.
Yes.
All right. What all exactly on our technology were you taking? Which one of the products were you using?
I'm using a tablet and I'm using an oil.
Okay.
And a cream. So I put a tablespoon of cream in a tablespoon of oil in the cream and I
She's using the whole bundle.
and I drink it morning and night. That is cream. But the tablet I use morning and night, so I see a big deal.
How long were you using mito before you saw things start to change?
Less than a month I started seeing changes.
All right.
Yeah, less than a month.
What else have you seen?
I see that my blood pressure now gone down. My diabetes is now at 96. No, it's not like over 100 now. And before it could be 200 and change.
Wow. How long was it like that, Veronica?
Even maybe about 6-7 years.
Okay, so you've had high blood pressure and you've been diabetic for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you must feel much better now.
Oh my God, I can't complain. All my hair that dropped off, like bits and pieces, some here, some over there. And since I've been taking that medication, it grew back just normal. It grew back again really good.
How long ago has your hair started to fall out?
Maybe for about 4 or 5 years.
So you had hair loss for 4 or 5 years. You get on mito, and in addition to everything else, your hair's growing back.
It go back here, and very thick.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are people saying when they see you now? You weigh differently, you move differently, you feel differently, and you got got more hair. So what do people say?
They say, wow, you're looking good. I say, you're looking good. You had lost so much weight. I was worried about you. You're looking good. And I said, girl, is a product this lady introduced me to, and I'm telling you, it's really, really good.
Don't you want to get compliments like that? Like, don't you want to be that new, improved you that's so obvious everybody can see it? I do. Okay. Mito. All right. Okay, so, one of the icons of aging is your mobility and how you go up steps. And let me ask you something. When was the last time you ran up steps? When was the last time you ran anywhere? Okay? Well, Ben Lewis was such a good athlete. He lived here in the D.C. area, Handy Randy Nation, that he was like a pro basketball prospect at one point. But later in life, not paying attention, letting that mitochondria decline, having to get cortisone shots. Let's see where it went from there with Ben Lewis. So Ben, two questions.
Right.
First of all, what were your health concerns before you learned about our technology?
Okay, my main two health concerns were a disc in my back that, I had to roll out of bed in order to get up. If I stood too long, I was bent over, and I had to get cortisone shots, every 6 months, I had to get a cortisone shot. And don't have to get it. I haven't had any cortisone shots in over a year.
What all has changed since you've been on the store Rejuvenate?
Okay, one of the main things that's changed is I'm more fluid now. I don't, I'm about to be 70, and how old folks get up and be groaning and have to roll out of bed in order to get up. It's none of that. I just hop straight up. My energy is up, and I don't creak and moan no more. It just get right on up. And another thing now is was the pinched nerve in my neck. You told me to start taking 2 doses. So I started doing that. And also I was going to therapy also. But now I thought this pinched nerve was forever, but now it's like gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So it sounds like you're more than feeling younger.
Yes, most definitely. You know how old people get. I'm hard set up. I sit back down before I stand back up, and be creaking and everything. Just like I said, I'm just a well-known machine now, and I don't have those creaks in my bones and stuff like that anymore. Yeah. When I used to walk up the stairs, how the thing goes to your knee, and knee might give out.
Yeah.
And my knees just give out just coming up the stairs sometimes. I haven't had that happen in about a year now.
Yeah.
Well, the Rejuvenate also helps a lot because I look at my feet a lot. They're tough as sandpaper, but when I put that stuff on, and then they're just smooth and soft.
How have you felt in terms of mentally and emotionally?
Well, my emotional outlet is much better because when you feel better, you think better, and it's like that. I feel better, so I'm thinking a lot better, and and I'm doing a lot more now. I'm doing a lot more.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that.
All righty.
Yeah. Some of y'all know how that knee could just give out, right? Or one day your shoulder just lock up. Like my man Doc Lee down in Texas told me about his, okay? It's a mitochondria thing, okay? Let's do that. Let's exercise, let's eat, and let's supplement our mitochondria so we can improve it, okay? Now, how much good is this though? How can we quantify this? How can we get the point across to you that you are aging faster than you have to? Your body is breaking down before it needs to, okay? And it's not just physical, it is mentally and emotionally also. You heard Ben alluding to that, all right? Some of y'all are talking about, I used to do that back when I was younger. What's wrong with now? Okay, well, what's different about now you don't have the mitochondria you used to. Now, I had a call, talk to Dr. Dan last weekend, and we had done this experiment. He has been on Mito with us for 8 years. 8 years. And you'll hear in this interview the story of him starting out early, how his physical performance increased. Then we do this experiment. Stop taking it. Let's see what happens then. I'm talking to Dr. Dan Holloway. Dr. Dan, when you first started with us, you were on a first generation technology, and you were at about 60 push-ups. On the 28th day, as I recall from that interview we did back then, your push-up jumped from 60 to 85, and then subsequently 90, and at some point you may have hit 100. Now, recently, you did a study, you did a test, and see what would happen if you got off of Mito, and see how it would affect your performance. So, tell me where you were in terms of how many push-ups you were routinely doing right before you start taking it, and then tell me what it's falling back to.
Okay, and now I'm 76, so that's 8 years ago. And I was doing 80, 85 on most of my days. I may squeeze out a little bit more, but usually around 80, 85. And I got to think that that was just my normal level of push-ups. So, because I've always been taking MoreMito. If I might miss one day, but I didn't miss a few weeks to do this study. And now my push-ups, they went from 85 down below where I was before. But I'm also 8 years older. I mean, I guess 50 is good for a 76-year-old, but not good for what I got used to.
Right. Now, you also mentioned to me that on Mito you were carrying about as much muscle as you ever had. So,
Yeah.
how many weeks has it been since you stopped taking Mito, and what effect, if any, has that had that you may have noticed in your muscle?
I would say 5 weeks.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm not as muscular, and my blood vessels are not as open, and a couple other things have showed up. My right kidney started bothering me about 2 weeks after not taking MoreMito, and my blood pressure went up, and didn't realize that MoreMito was keeping that down.
Mm-hmm. You know, how soon after not taking it did you notice a decline?
That's a good question. I would say a week, and definitely in 2 weeks, a significant decline.
Okay. All right.
Oh, one other thing.
Go ahead.
Sleep quality had diminished. I didn't realize how much MoreMito was helping me get a good night's sleep.
So sleep is declining as measured by your push-ups, your sleep. Your muscles are not quite as toned. Blood pressure, aches and pains. Those all sound like somebody that doesn't have as much mitochondria as they used to.
Definitely, and there may be more factors involved than just that MoreMito gives me.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh, there is one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
My prostate. I was urinating every 2 hours or every hour and a half, 2 hours. And in fact, they put me on Flomax. And so I don't MoreMito. So the inflammation in my prostate must be up quite a bit.
So what was your urination pattern like before? Or my?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 3-4 times a day. Now it's been 10 or 12 times a day. I didn't realize that MoreMito was helping with, most men that get my age usually have a little prostate inflammation. Mm-hmm. And then the thing that I noticed is the sleep patterns. Boy, I was able to get good quality sleep, usually at least 6, maybe 8 hours of sleep or more. And I'm lucky to get 3 hours of sleep since I'm MoreMito.
Well, all right. Well, thank you for sharing that, Dr. Dan. I really appreciate it.
No problem. But remember, folks, you got to take it, and you got to keep taking it if you want to stay function like you're years younger than what you really are.
Yeah.
hear me? You gotta take it, you gotta keep taking it to function the way you used to when you were younger.
I just didn't realize how dependent it was on it.
Yeah. Okay. How much clearer can we make it, Dale? People are falling apart as they lose that mitochondria. You want to get it together? Got one word for you. Mito. Okay.
That's good.
So, absolutely. Now, everything that we're talking about that has to do with people also pertains to our pets. 75% of the homes in America have a dog or a cat, and half of them consider that pet to be a family member. They're so important to us. That's why we like hearing from our partner from Ireland, Mick McQuillan. Mick and Kate got an amazing business, Pet Centers Ireland, over there. Mick, you with us? Let me get you unmuted. There you go. Can you hear me, Mick?
Roger, Dale, how you doing? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Okay. All right.
Yes.
You know, we're listening to Dr. Yeah, I feel bad for him for not being on it for a couple of weeks. Yeah, he even sounded a little bit not his normal self, right? Like if you're on this stuff, you don't want to come off it. But as Roger said, my name is Mick McQuillan. Where else would I want to be on a Saturday? Privileged to be here as usual and listening to these amazing stories. I've got one of those hair stories myself that I could tell you all about. But as Roger was saying, my wife Kate and I, we have this amazing business called Pet Centers Ireland, and what that business does is it helps pet owners feel better about something that makes them feel bad. That's really what our company is designed to do, is to help pet owners feel like the best pet owner in the world. And, it's one of the reasons why I personally love the Petlife product. Because, listen, you might have heard my story before. Maybe you know, I'm going to share it with you just quickly. My dog Coco, she was 12 years old. And she's 17 now. She's sitting next to me on the sofa. She's sleeping next to me on the sofa here. But she was 12 years old. She could barely get up the stairs. She was dragging herself up, pulling herself up with her front legs. Her back legs were just acting like stabilizers. It was difficult to watch, and I wonder how she must have felt. And we were looking for something. We didn't want to go down with that route. We'd done that before, and different things. It just didn't feel right for us this time round. So, we were looking around. We found this company. We spoke to Dale. We spoke to Roger. They sent us this little care package. And of course we're skeptical, right? Of course you are. You're trying something new. You don't know what it's going to do. You don't know how it's going to work. You're not sure, but you're prepared to do anything because you want change. You want something different. You want a better result. We gave it to her at 10 o'clock one Sunday morning, and 5 o'clock that night, she just kind of ran up the stairs. But Kate and I were in the kitchen. We were watching this. We were like shaking, looking at each other, almost in denial as to what we just seen. And the next day, she's down in the bottom of the garden, and normally, when I call her, she just kind of saunter up, just lazily saunter up. And this day, she just came running up, absolutely galloping up, and I'm turning to Kate saying she's running. And it was just incredible. And it just kept getting better and better. Even Kate remarked on, she felt that her mood was better. She felt that she seemed happier in herself. And, we just love the product that much. We wanted to be involved. We wanted to share it with other people. And what we've seen is that, other people are getting, dramatic results. Now, I don't know what it's going to do for you and what it's going to do for your pet. But as Dr. Drew was saying, and what Roger says, all you can do is mix it with your DNA and see what happens. We give it to customers to try, and it's just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal, the difference that it can make for your pet. And when I give it to my dog, it made her feel better. But how do you think it made me feel? It made me feel better too. And that's so important. So maybe you've got a pet, you're looking at them, they're a little bit lethargic, they're not as sprightly as they used to be. Maybe you're not as sprightly as you used to be, right? And maybe you should give this a try. Maybe you could give it a try and see what happens for you. If you really want to maybe look better, feel better, move better, think better, do better, this could be the right call for you to be on. And if you're here for the first time, and you're not sure what your next steps are, get back to that person who invited you to this call and ask them, what are my next steps? They'll know what to do. And if they don't, get in touch with Dale, get in touch with Roger. They're going to be able to help you and let you know what to do. This is just a really interesting experience for me. To see the difference, that it's making for me, see the difference that it's making for my pets, see the difference that it's making for my hair, my knees, my joints. These are incredible products. I can't recommend them highly enough. But again, I'm not saying that, what's going to happen for you, but it's going to work for you, the way it needs to, right? But, don't let this be shelf help. It's no good buying it, putting it on the shelf. You've got to use it. You've got to take it every day. You've got to be consistent with it. But if you want consistent, if you want change, you've got to be consistent to make that change. And we all want better, right? Everybody does. We want to feel better, we want to look better, we want to think better, we want to move better. And I want to encourage you that, give this a try and see how it works for you. Gail's going to tell you all about, the benefits of being introduced to this product and how you use it and everything else. Roger's going to tell you more about it too. But look, get back to that person who invited you to this call and ask them what the next steps are for you. And look, I can't guarantee what's going to happen.
So to create your free customer website, if you're on the Health Award Show with Stephanie or on Success on Stephanie, the link is in the comments. So you just go to that link and then create your free customer website. If you're on Facebook, just inbox me and I'll send you the link.
Just know I'm here if you need me.
All right, thank you, Mick. All right. So, what an amazing topic we got going here today. Let me recap our process for you, especially if you got on the call later. Maybe you just need to hear it again, okay? Here at MoreMito, we have a different approach to health and wellness, okay? What we want to do is regrow your mitochondria. Why do we want to do that? Because you lost it and you have to have it if you're going to be healthy, right? That's that component in your cells that produces the energy your body runs on. If all of it were to stop right now, everything would stop. Your brain stop, your heart stop, you literally die, okay? But you can live a lot better if you got a lot more of it. So Dr. Elliott figured out how to do that. We use this technology called XDX, put it in our products. As a result, you have these amazing stories every week on our calls, by the way. And I hope you've got friends and family on here like Greg Spencer, that's your old Smith family on here, or the Slade family, or my brother out of Durham, North Carolina, right? Everybody needs to know about this, okay? So, by all means, take it to heart. This recording, if you didn't get your friends and family on here, but you want them to know about it, it'll be in your back office within 15 or 20 minutes or so after this call ends. So check it out, listen to it again, share it with other folks. Folks need to know this exists, okay? With that, the legendary Dale Bonet with the commercial.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, you get these incredible products at MoreMito.com, MoreMito.com, then a / type in your username and hit enter. You're going to be at your website now. You know it's your website because your name is at the top of the page. So is your phone number. So is your email and your WhatsApp. That's where you send people to learn more after you initially tell them this product exists and things that you may have experienced. You send them there. They can read the ingredient list, see the list of products. They can look at the labels that are actually on the bottles and jars. And they can listen to a selection of testimonials about the very things that can change for them based on our products working with their DNA. But they can also, listen, they can join you. At the top right of that website is the word join. We've created a one-of-a-kind product line. You know that now. Nothing works like MoreMito. It's not like, gee, should I try the MoreMito stuff or this other stuff? There is no other stuff where the only thing that increases your mitochondria. Well, we created a one-of-a-kind company to support this one-of-a-kind product. There's no cost, no fee to join MoreMito. There's no monthly fee to be here. The websites I just described to you, those are free. We give them to you free. Our new app, our new marketing program available on your phones, that's free as well. We don't nickel and dime you to be here to share this information, and yet we still provide an incredible incentive plan, a compensation plan, and should you decide to participate there, one thing you're going to notice is it's like nothing you've ever seen before. To begin with, you don't have to buy anything. Another order can qualify you for compensation. You don't need to be on auto ship to get paid compensation. And once we verify you as a made member, meaning you're real, we verified your phone and your email, then you're going to see that we don't pay once a month or once a week or once a day. Every time something's purchased, your compensation is in your back office. Take it and use it. If you joined us as a referring customer, then you're going to receive Mito Cash. Use it internally in the company to pay for your products, to pay for your shipping. You can even send it to other people to pay for their products. It's tremendous for people outside the U.S. who don't want to pay conversion on their money to buy the products or to pay for the shipping. Now listen, you can also upgrade. That's free. We don't charge you to upgrade to a paid rep. Now you participate, you register with the ACH system of Stripe connectivity. That's getting it to a bank almost anywhere on the planet. Nothing to worry about. It's safe, it's secure. Send it to your checking account, but you can also send it to your PayPal account or your Venmo account and use it within 10 minutes. The record so far for Dan Wade's wife. Dan Wade had someone make a purchase in his team. His wife was spending it off the Venmo card within 10 minutes. But why should people join? Listen, it gives them notifications to these phone calls, these free phone calls, where people can ask questions like you're all about to. If you hit *5 on your phone, it'll raise your hand. We're going to answer your questions. They also get notices on the topics. They also get new updates. They learn about the app. That's all free notifications if they're part of the company. They also have access to a much greater library of testimonials, and it becomes a true help to live in a glorious life, a life that you participate in when you've got all this information, just like the information you got today from Dr. Joy. We'll mention the book she recommended again in a little bit. Listen, get on board, get going. We're here to support you. At the bottom of the website is a phone number. 509-593-3300. That's the customer service line. They're answering your phone calls 6 days a week. They've been taking your calls for hours already today. That's where you get help with, gosh, did you forget your password? Do you need help signing somebody up? Do you just need to place an order? Whatever you need, that's the helpline to help you. We have human beings, believe it or not, answering those phone calls. If you get a message, that's because all the humans are already talking to people. Leave a message, we'll call you back. And even if you call and hang up, we know you called because we register every call, even if it's a hang up, we've got your number. We know you needed something. So let us help you do the one thing we can't. We created the products, one of a kind. We created the company, one of a kind. The thing we can't do is talk to the people you meet every day, the people you know who need to know about this. Do your part, share the message, let us help you share the message, and let's go change some lives and change your pocketbook at the same time. Roger, if I left anything out, let me know. We do have some announcements to make at some point today on the 1099s, on shipping.
So guys, if you haven't looked down in the comments, if you're on Success on Stephanie or Help the World Show with Stephanie, the link is down there for you to create your free customer website. However, if somebody else referred you, you get back with the person that referred you. But if nobody else referred you, you're watching one of my social media accounts. If you're on Facebook, just send me an inbox and I'll send you the link. But you can go to moremito.com/SALFORD. And then if you go to that website, moremito.com/SAlford, then you will click join, then you'll click referring customer, and you put your information in. You choose your username, your password, your name, address, phone number, email address, and submit, and your free customer website's up just like that. Any other questions? Send us a message.
Do it online, and let's get that to us. If you have questions, send in a ticket from your back office or send a text to that phone number at the website, the phone number I just gave out. So that's on taxes. You need to do that right away, everybody, please. We got to get this tax stuff done by the end of the month. Shipping. Listen, most of you know there's a major winter storm hitting a large part of the United States. It is already affecting shipping. They've already canceled flights. They've already canceled deliveries. It's going to happen. So just understand, when we get your order, we send your order out to these wherever you pick, UPS, FedEx, or the post office. We're changing some of them because we know the post office is not going to make it, but UPS will. But follow your packages and listen, If they can't get food to you, if they can't get electricity to you, don't expect us to be, and again, it's not us, it's the shipping company, don't expect them to get a package to you. Just be patient. Check your tracking numbers or call us if you've got a question. We're getting your packages out. We got ready for this. We're shipping from the West Coast, not the East Coast, for the next 5 days. We've got you covered. Here's the other thing you should think about. If you can, put another order in, put an extra order in, or put it in early to give yourself those extra 5 to 8 days it's going to take to get a package to you. Let's be proactive here and be understanding. We don't control the weather any more than anybody else does. And gosh, the final thing, the name of the book, 5 Tibetan Rites, I believe is the name of it. And you can go find it online. Just go Google it. It's available from Amazon. There are several versions of it. It's well known, and you'll have no trouble finding that book if you want to get the book recommended by Dr. Joy on today's calls. With that, Roger, we've got all the announcements in. We can start taking phone calls. Back to you.
What a call we're having already. I mean, extraordinary Dr. Joy getting a lot of comments in the text messages about the nutritional counseling today. That extraordinary Nick McQuilling also. And now it's time for these hands. Start 5 on your phone.
Let me make one more quick announcement. I apologize, Roger. Listen, everybody, the last 2 weeks of Dr. Joy, those calls are going to be sent to all of you later today. So the last 2 weeks of Dr. Joy's nutritional counseling call, to those of you who have paid for that service, you're going to get those last 2 weeks, and then the call that happened today, that'll go out tomorrow. But you'll all have the last 2 weeks of Dr. Joy if you paid for that service, that once a month $20 service. You'll have those. We don't post those. Let me explain why. We charge for this service, so we don't post them. We send them to you. So you'll all have Dr. Joy's call. Okay, Roger, back to you.
Good point. So if you want to get it, just subscribe to it. Okay. Because that's what's different about us. I mean, a couple things. The first thing is, of all the stuff you've ever used or taken that have really helped us all along the way, the one thing they never did was regrow your mitochondria. And that's what separates us from everybody else. Okay? And the other thing that separates us from everybody else, and by the way, if you've got a health concern, maybe you don't, give the technology a try. Put it together with your DNA. Let's see what your body comes up with, okay? Now, the other part of this is more people need to hear what you've been hearing today. In fact, every one of our health and wellness calls. It's just not about, it's never about hype, right? This is a company that keeps hype on 0 and health on 100, right? More people need to hear this message, so we've created this risk-free opportunity. That costs you anything to participate with us, right? And it would be a good idea, even if you haven't noticed how hard it is to get out the grocery store without paying $100 these days, right? Or how you flinch when you see what that organic food you know you should be eating costs versus that regular food, which is not as good for you, right? Why not make all those things go away and be able to afford as much Mito as you need, right? And as your family needs, anyway, by referring people and benefiting from it. We've created this amazing new mobile marketing system, right? That's going to help you get this message out even better. You pay you like your mama wrote the comp plan because you always want her baby to do well, okay? So if anything we're doing and the way we're doing it resonates with you, by all means, affiliate with us and let's see what we can do together, okay? All right, with that, we're going to switch to the second part. I hope you can stay for it if you can. It'll be in the recording. I want to start with Richard Bindle, though. Dale, I had a good talk with Richard last night up in Canada. Give me Richard Bindle.
Fantastic. Richard, I have unmuted you. Go ahead, my friend.
Make sure you take notes.
Everybody. So, Richard, I'm going to be doing a special Zoom call interview with him later. His story is so special. Richard cured himself of cancer. He went through an extraordinary experience, and he studied a lot, and he can help you appreciate how advanced and how important this mitochondrial technology approach that we're using is.
I guess the starting point is, I'm 86 years old and feeling like I'm half that age, so, that's all because of MoreMito. Can you hear me okay?
Great.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway,
86 years
um,
old.
I
This is what helped him.
was introduced to MoreMito from a rather, different way because, it came to me through, a good friend, and we always had conversations about, health and proper nutrition and that sort of thing. But I'm a cancer survivor of 12 years, given back 12 years ago, less than 3 months to live. And to cut to the chase, I abandoned the process when it was killing me. So I went alone on all the nutritionals I could get together. Thankfully, I had a background in food toxicology research, so I knew what I should be taking and wasn't. So anyway, that got me through survival in very quickly, actually. And then this friend of mine, when he introduced the MoreMito to me in September of 24, so that was 10 years later, and 14 months ago, I saw that my protocol that saved my bacon was really good at the time and got me up to what I thought was reasonable health. And when I went on it, well, first of all, I looked at the ingredients and I knew it was the winner because of the 44 ingredients in the Restore, 17 of them were in my protocol, and so it was a no-brainer to go ahead with trying it. So the first thing I noticed within a day, I didn't want to even admit that, but the very first thing was confirmed the day after I started on it, was my vision. I had a condition called drusen's, which are sort of fatty, toxic deposits under the retina, and I had one right in my optic nerve site and one in the center of my vision, and I was totally blind in that eye. All I could see was light, diffused light, nothing discernible. And within 4 days, I couldn't believe it. I just saw steady improvement, such that I could read large print in 4 days. And right now, 14 months later, I'm able to read about 18 font, which is, normal print, I guess, is about 14 font. So within 4 days, of course, I had my 3D vision back, and that made such a difference in driving and so on. So that was number one. And then I started noticing energy and other benefits. One that sort of, grew over time was I knew at the time from the earlier abuse that my system had that I was headed for a hip operation. And the protocol that I was on got rid of most of the pain and inflammation, but I haven't had a single jab since I've been on the MoreMito, so that is huge for me because that's a big bullet to dodge as well. And I know from the test of time that I'll never have cancer again because the protocol is got so many things that are eliminating the stem cells of tumors that people have developed every day. They develop a degree of aberrant cells that the normal immune system gets rid of, and those are gone. And so they go right as soon as they form, they get dealt with by your immune system, and nothing to do with claims or anything, but just the way your body works. And let's face it, we have circle self repairing bodies if we give them half what we should in food and detoxing and all that kind of stuff. So there are many other benefits. I tell people when I'm excited talking about it to other people and seeing how much there's something, that whatever they see as their main reason to try MoreMito, keep a diary because you're going to find 5 or 10 things that are going to be cleaned up by the tune-up and the maintenance of MoreMito. And so just to wrap up, I see the biggest thing that anybody my age, even from 60 on, when things start to break down, the biggest benefit to hope for in your later years is quality of life, and I've got that in spades right now. So thanks to MoreMito and you guys.
All right, thank you, Richard. Quality of life.
Quality of life.
You can get it here. Okay? All right. Okay, Dale.
Awesome
We
testimony.
got hands, man. We got hands. So,
Yes, we do.
how about Eugene Grant up in New York?
All right, Eugene, I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, I have a relative in his mid-70s, have an aneurysm condition, hospitalized right now, and I hope that the relatives are on the line to put out the call. Any brief testimonies or, what you can point, but MoreMito might be able to help this person. I give thanks, supreme love to the MoreMito family.
Okay, thank you. So, this process of regrowing mitochondria talk about every week is pervasive. It affects everything, particularly your cardiovascular system. We did a whole call on this pretty much last week. We talked about cholesterol, the calcium buildup, plaque, and all that kind of stuff. Go back and get that call. It's in your back office right now. I suggest that to anybody who's listening to it. But the process is that your cardiovascular system gets inflamed. Okay? It builds up plaque that's composed of the cholesterol that got stuck and the cells that died to try to pull them out and all of that, and you break a couple mechanisms that are supposed to, maintain that. But this mitochondrial approach rebuilds it. So we have people who are experiencing healthier blood vessels, so the blood flow is increased. You come in here with the mild version is you feel cold in your hands and feet, right? When that circulation returns, then you warms up. All the way up to the actual plaque going away. And the last week call, we had Reverend Enoch, we talked about Reverend Enoch's wife Shirley at the time, came to us, arteries 90% blocked. I see her on a Thursday. She's supposed to have an operation on Tuesday that was potentially life-threatening. Because she was very frail, very weak, so the operation could have killed her. They said, go ahead with it anyway. Plus, they probably got paid about $100,000 to do it, right? I see her the following Thursday. Why are you still here? We thought you were supposed to have meeting on the operation on Tuesday. No. They prepped her for the operation, and between that Thursday we saw her and that Tuesday that she was supposed to go, and it went down to 50%. And their protocol would not allow them to give her the operation under those circumstances. So this approach of regrowing mitochondria so your body can fix you, it is literally no joke. It does work, like you've been hearing. So by all means, I encourage your folks to give it a try. Educate yourself. We gave you a lot of handouts on that last call. You should go check those out. Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
How about Dorothy Brown in Nassau, New York?
All right, Dorothy, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Good evening, family.
Hey.
Hello, this is Dorothy. This is Dorothy Brown. I haven't been on there in quite a while, but I have several things that I actually want to say, but I'm going to make it quick. First of all, I'd like to speak to Dr. Rogers privately from the phone call, because it's going to take a long time. It's something I'm
Okay.
And I really want him to hear what I have to say because it's going to benefit everybody that comes on the line. But what I wanted to say now is I was feeling a little weak, and I have actually been taking my mitochondria on and off. I haven't actually been taking it like I'm supposed to. So I was feeling pretty kind of weak today, and I'm sitting back and saying, I don't feel like I'm doing nothing, period. I just seemed like my goal had got up and went. So then I said, no, because I'm listening at you guys, I said, oh, shit, I got let me take some of that. So I took the pills and I opened them up and I put it in a spoon. And then I put a little liquid in there with it. So I opened up 4 of them and put it in a spoon. And I taken it down, I had some hot tea with it. All of a sudden, it got so hot because I was feeling cold. My feet was cold, my hands were cold. I got up and man, I done started running around the house. I was straight in my bed already. I wasn't, that's why I put my hand up. I got to tell what's happening with this here. This was instant, and I'm talking instant. I got up and stuff straight into bed and all that kind of stuff, and I pulled around one of the chairs and stuff. Now I got to go out there and chicken. I'm getting a little bit something hot, even though it's 10 degrees. I said, let me call this and tell. I got to tell this today. This has got to happen. Because I didn't felt like doing anything early this morning. I ain't did nothing. It just popped up all of a sudden. So I just want the family to know it depends on your body how it works. And that's what I want to explain. So I won't hold up your time. But I really would like for you to give me a ring because I have something very important that I'd like to tell you.
I've taken a screenshot, Dorothy. I will definitely call you. And thank you for sharing that. I mean, like, hey, Mito, what else can we say, Dale?
That's it.
All right.
Thank you, Dorothy. All right. Who's next?
Patricia Lee, Philadelphia, the caller ID said.
All right, Patricia, I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, good afternoon. First of all, I wanted to thank you for this call. I've gotten so much information. So recently, I just went to the doctor, and my A1C went up from a 7 to an 11. So, and I just got the product not too long ago. So I'm taking like one teaspoon a day. Should I like increase that, or I'm trying to lower my A1C? I know I have to eat better and exercise. I do know I have to do that. But do you think if I increase it, that would help me?
Absolutely. You know, we start out with a initial recommended dosage of 4 milliliters. That's like 4/5 of a teaspoon being 5 milliliters. And of course, the whole bundle, I didn't say this earlier, so there's 3 parts of this. There's the restore, which its primary focus is cellular repair and organ regeneration. Okay, we got that. Part of those ingredients are regrowing mitochondria. The other part, they're touching every organ system you have, eyes, gut, kidneys, you name it. Then you got the brain and body. The body part of brain and body is a different way to regrow your mitochondria because all the things that Dr. Bevan needs to do this with aren't found in one place or in one form. So you got the water-soluble ones in restore, you got the water-soluble ones in brain and body. Then you got that rejuvenate that you can put specific areas of concern. You combine it with restore, put a teaspoon of that in that jar, shake it up, and you can apply it. Okay, that's the standard way to do it. You need all of those, again, to be able to fully address your mitochondrial restoration. So let me start with that. Okay, then it becomes about how much do you need to take. Well, anybody facing a serious situation, if you're concerned like you are, or you've got cancer, you got a serious high blood pressure situation, you can double or triple dose. I do it every day, and I don't have anything life-threatening. I just got to keep up with all my responsibility here. Okay, so definitely you'll do it. You'll get accelerated progress. You'll get benefit at any level, but again, if you're facing a serious situation that you're very concerned about, then yeah, absolutely do more. Okay.
Okay, and then you're saying to include the brain and body as well.
Absolutely, because again, like this is the reason I've been trying to figure this out. Why has no one done this before, Dr. Elliott? because it's hard, okay, and it's not simple. The industry is based on how much they can mark stuff up. This process is expensive, okay? You gotta get all these, we got 44 ingredients in just Restore alone. If you go try to ask the formulator to give you a similar product like this, they couldn't duplicate our XDS technology, but one that just had the same ingredients in it could cost you $400, $500, $600, $700. Okay? So, all the stuff is there. You just gotta use it. And you heard the call. If you hear any call, they're all saying the same thing. Wow, this stuff's great. So, give it a try.
Thank you so much.
All righty.
Thank you, Patricia. Great question.
A1C, for those of y'all who do not know, is a measure of inflammation, okay? And every time you get a blood test, they're going to take a look at that, all right? And you should probably be somewhere normal, like about 5.7 or something like that. If you're diabetic, you're going to be about 6.5 and higher like that. You got to get that down, okay? There's something really wrong with you, and it won't show up right away. But who knows what it's going to be like later. Okay, why don't we talk to, as I try to get back to my panel. Oh, boy, come on, man. Let's get this panel working. I gotta lose all my hands still.
Why don't I pick one?
Yeah.
The panel.
Go ahead.
Technology.
All right, let's talk to Shirley Starkey in Philadelphia. Shirley, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, MoreMito family. I just had to call in because I've been listening to our family, and I also want to stress getting the whole bundle helps. A lot of things been going on with me. My sight, I have retinitis pigmentosis in the reverse. I had breast cancer, and I had to almost diabetic, borderline. And now I've been taking the MoreMito bundle, I'll say about 3 months now. Everything's good. I went to the doctors, and I don't have to go back till April. I have a lot of energy, and I feel like cleaning the whole house. I've mopped out 3 floors, living room, kitchen, dining room, go upstairs and clean that. And I'm 70 years old.
It don't sound like it.
Thank you. And I just want to stress to the MoreMito family who's calling in to get the all 3 products, the Rejuvenator, the Brain and Body, and what's the other one? Restore, because it helps your entire body. I can't wait to go to see the dentist because my gums, they feel healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm happy with the product. I'm happy with MoreMito, and I thank God and thank you all right here, Dale and Roger and Elliot, I forget, and Dr. Joyce. It's just amazing, God sent, and I thank you. And I'm gonna keep on buying it, to help with my life. Yeah, and everybody's been, our prayers. My husband says, get this.
Prayers are always appreciated. Sure, did I meet you when I was in Philadelphia there with E-Day and Brenda Ford? Did I meet you there?
Yeah, Brother Bayot. Yeah, that's my husband. Yeah, it's Philadelphia calling.
Outstanding. I thought that was you. Thank you.
Yeah. You're
welcome.
Okay.
All right.
Say hi to Bill.
Sergeant Morrow in Atlanta.
All right, Sandra, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Roger, we were talking about the diet. We had that diet last week and the oatmeal and all like that Dr. Joy and I were talking about. You got an experience, I think. Go right ahead.
Okay, hello everyone. Yes, I went Sunday and I purchased all the things that y'all had told us about, and I started Monday. And Wednesday, I noticed that my blood pressure and my weight are trending down. I take my blood pressure daily, several times a day, because I'm determined not to do the medication, and so I have to monitor it very closely. And I'm just so excited to report that, and that's not even a week. So I am, and my scale, I weigh every day, morning and night, and it's trending down. So I just want to thank y'all for sharing that and encourage everyone else to go back and get that. I thank you, Dale, for sharing that with everyone, and we will definitely be encouraging everyone to do that, the oatmeal as a start, to start there and then continue other things.
Outstanding. Thank you for sharing that. I've personally been on that regimen since the end of December, so about a month now, right? I've lost 10 pounds. I am feeling, I was feeling great before. Oh man, it's amazing. So check it out. You know, it's in your back office waiting on you. And the call that Dr. Joy did, Dale's going to be sending that out. So, hey, outstanding stuff we talked about last week. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's go with caller Paige, Joliet, Illinois, to call as he says.
All right, caller, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Hello. A question is bladder.
Yes.
Okay, I am on MoreMito. I am. And I'm having, the problem going to the bathroom through the night and stuff.
Yeah.
And, but I am on this medicine, I take OXYBUTYNIN. Okay, for the bladder.
Right.
Well, it slowed down, but I need more help. And I ordered this bladder called Bladder Gen X. It's from Revival Point. And I want to know, what can I do? I want to know if I could do something else.
Right, so the first question I have is, are you on Mito right now or not?
Yes.
How long?
I've been on it for, it's probably going on a year now.
Okay, how consistently have you been taking it?
Pretty much consistent, yeah.
How much have you been taking? How much restore, how much brain and body?
Okay, brain and body, I take it every day. In fact, I got to order more. And the liquid, I take it every day, one teaspoon.
Okay. Increase it. Okay, that's step one.
Okay.
The other thing to do, and I'm going to ask Dr. Joy, give me Dr. Joy back. I'm going to encourage you this way if he's fine, and Dr. Joy may want to chime in on this. We've had so many people to tell us about their improved health in that way. Okay, bladder control. I think that if everybody was on Mito, the pen sales would go down. People have been so successful with it. But you got to kind of find your feet with it in terms of how much you're taking and also with your nutrition. Do I have Dr. Joy? Yes. So Dr. Joy,
yep.
nutritional, what should she be eating along with increasing her Mito?
Okay, so you've got to alkaline your body a bit with more green beans, beets, turmeric powder, but the main one is likely going to be asparagus. And I would do parsley. Asparagus first. Eat it every day. Just cut off about 2 inches off from the end, steam it for 5-6 minutes, and eat you a serving once a day, even twice a day. That's what you want to do. It will pull all that acid out of you, okay? And that's the main little thing. But don't eat so much meat. and bread. And make sure that your bowels are definitely moving 2, 3, 4 times a day, so that because your bladder is sitting in there next to those bowels. And the waste can go, it sometimes goes in and out of the area in that area. So we just got to eat more fruits and vegetables and less meats and starches, and eat plenty asparagus. Thank you.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah, I hope y'all listen to that.
I am having a problem with my bowels not moving like this used to be. That's
Okay.
yes.
So
This helped me with that.
she would also tell you, build your meals around salad. Okay. Let me tell you how correct, in my experience, Dr. Joe
First
was.
day I took this,
So
I
I've been
noticed
eating
the
like
difference
this,
in my bowels.
doing my meals around salads forever. My standard salad is romaine lettuce, cucumber, red onions, and I'll throw in avocados, throw in mushrooms, add other stuff, right? But that's the basic stuff. So I go get my physical at the end of December, and had been recalcitrant, had done it a long time, and they checked my pH on there. They took an exception to it. Here's what the exception was. Mine was off the scale alkaline. The scale stopped at 7.5. I was an 8. And it wasn't because I was doing anything other special to do. I drinking a lot of alkaline water, and there's nothing wrong with that. I wasn't doing it. All I was doing was what she just said. And I was amazingly alkaline. So make that adjustment, extra fiber in your diet. When you do that, it's going to help your bowels and everything. Restoring mitochondria, help get rid of those toxins and everything. Your body can normalize itself. You just got to help it out with the way you eat and the way you exercise. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Carla.
Yeah. Maybe that's why people keep coming to these calls, Dale. They get helpful advice. Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
All right. John in Mountain View, MO. That's Missouri.
Yeah, John, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
I got a question for Mr. John in Gresham. And he's got a dear friend that's blind from being alive. And I like to ask her what you can add to that or do for that. And I also wanted to ask about the autism. 2 children that had their miracles that were talking the next day. Was that the oil or was that the cream that was put on the child's eyelid and scalp? What was the location of that? I also learned that I want to add a tip to the company that if you keep your alkaline high enough, above the 9.1, cancer cannot live in an alkaline body.
Okay. All right, so let's do the blind part first. Okay. As I said earlier in the call, as you heard from the interviews I did, mitochondria, your eyes are very mitochondria dependent. And if you've lost mitochondria, one of the first places it's going to show up is in your vision. I mean, simple things like, even if you don't notice this, but in low light, when it's dim light, you need 3 times as much light now to be able to see as you did when you were younger. 3 times as much. Okay? So getting on mito to restore your mitochondria positions your body to fix your vision like nothing else can. Okay, that's thing 1. Now let's go over to the autism part. What the grandparent did who first did this was use the restore. Typically, the rejuvenate, they'll have it mixed with the restore in it. So here's what happens with all of this. All of this is restoring mitochondria. We don't do conditions, right? We do mitochondria, and your body can do the rest once that's happened. And all they did was put it on the child's head because they bumped his head on the back of the neck and so forth. Well, that's how we know it gets in your brain, even doing that. Because the next day that autistic child who had never spoke was talking. And it affects all these neurological conditions, ADHD, autism like you're mentioning right now, these destructive behaviors, all of that. Your body can normalize itself. PTSD, the list goes on and on. So give it a try. Let us know what happens, okay?
So you use both products for the autism and mix mix it?
Yeah, like, we're advocating that you get a bundle, use all of them, right? You got the Restore, which is the oil, I talked about that earlier. You got the Brain and Body, which, and you also have that very versatile Restore Rejuvenate, which is a cream that you put that Restore in, take a teaspoon of it, put it in there, shake it up, and you use it everywhere. You got congestion, take a Q-tip and put it up your nose, okay? You got hemorrhoids, work with that. All right, and this is just how it works, but it's just different ways we have to get this technology in your system, and that's how it results.
I'm sorry, where would you apply it for ADHD, please?
I couldn't quite hear you. One more time.
Where would you apply the product for ADHD?
Well, you're gonna take the product internally, right? Swallow the Restore and the capsules. They work from the inside out. While you got Restore and Rejuvenate, they work from the outside in. Okay.
Okay.
All right. It'll get it. You just need all the channels. You gotta be playing all the keys here to get maximum results. Okay. All right. Thank you, John. You gotta be using it all. That's what I mean to get the maximum benefits. All right. Okay. How about Jeannie Clark?
All right, Jeannie, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question. What have you got? Hello, Jeannie.
Did you get what? Did you get her? She was still muted.
I did. Jeannie Clark.
Oh yeah, she's unmuted. Okay, we'll come back to you, Jeannie. We'll come back to you. We want to check on Al Cheesy. I don't know sure how to pronounce that.
Yeah, Al, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, I got two of them.
Okay.
The Brain and Body, is that better than Prevacin?
Is it better than
Prevacin.
I'm not quite making clear out what you're saying. Prednisone?
No, Prevacin, or the Prevacin.
Prevagen. That's what you're saying, right? That's all.
Yeah.
So the reason that this mitochondrial approach is literally better than everything is that none of that other stuff regrows, including Prevagen that I know of, regrows in the mitochondria in a substantial way. I've taken Prevagen, by the way. So you see them advertised on TV as they say bring memory back. I don't doubt that it does to some degree. It did not do it in my case. Maybe it didn't do it in my case because I was already using our stuff, right? But the most fundamental way for you to address your memory issues is to upregulate your mitochondria. Going back, that everything's going to work better. Everything. So, why leave part of your health on the table, so to speak? Do it all.
Okay, the other question I got is, what is the doctor's name on the book for yoga?
The one that Dr. Joy was talking about?
Dr. Joy, yeah.
Okay, can you say that again, Dale?
Dr. Joy, can you give us the name of the author? Dr. Joy.
She might not.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. She comes.
Go ahead, Dr. Joy.
Spell his name.
His name is Peter. Peter is his first name. I'm coming right here. I keep his first name on my mind because it's such a wonderful change that your body takes on. Kelder is his last name, Kelder. Peter Kelder. And that's going to be the best little invested $12 you ever spent. 5, top that and right.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Thank you, and thank you, Dr. Joy. And I Googled it while we've been on the call. If you just Google that book with the author's name, you'll get lots of choices there at Amazon. All right, who's next, Roger?
How about Charles Dunton in New York?
All right, Charles, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question. Hello, Charles. We cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
There you are. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Good afternoon. Greetings to everyone on a MoreMito call today. I'm interested in finding out, how do you apply the product to treat glaucoma? Glaucoma has to do with the optic nerves, which are in the back of the eye. How do you apply the product to correct that?
So here, I'm going to rephrase your question. The way we treat mitochondria, right, is by sending signals that regrow them. And your mitochondria fixes all this other stuff, including the glaucoma situation. If you go back in any of our calls on vision, you'll hear examples of this. My good friend Terrence, we worked at the Pentagon together, totally blind, okay, got his sight back because we regrew his mitochondria. Now, the way you apply it, you take, just like you do everything else, right? Because it doesn't change, because we don't do condition, right? It doesn't change by the condition. You're going to take the restore, cellular repair, organ regeneration, including your eyes. You can take the brain and body, more ways to regrow your mitochondria, more stuff in your brain, and your eyes grow out of your brain. Okay, they're very related. You got to rejuvenate them. You got topical cream. So you take that rejuvenate, put a teaspoon of restore and shake it up, and you put it on your eyes, like I've done during the course of this call. Just rub it over your eyelids. That's level 1, like that. And then you can also put drops right in your eye. Tell you right now that restore is kind of strong. You might want to try Petlife for that. Close your eyes immediately, and there you're getting just a higher concentration because you're putting that drop right where your eye is, right? And of course, you can also put the mixture right on your eyeball also. So some level of that, depending on how you want to go at it, is how you do it, okay?
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Charles. Great question.
Okay, so we got Denise Muhammad, Houston, H-Town.
Yes. I got you, Denise. I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Okay, yes, thank you. I've missed the protocol for the oatmeal in regards to cholesterol. Can you tell me what that is?
Okay, so you're enrolled with us, right? You have a back office?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you log in your back office, you're looking at the announcements what you see first. And there's a link in there that says, click here to listen to previous calls. All right? Now, you click that link, and this last week's call, because I gave you about 4 or 5 handouts there that are critical for you to understand. It has all the detail about that oatmeal diet. Okay?
Okay.
That's what you want to do. Get it all. I don't want to just say it because you need to study it. All right? Like I did. Starting all the way back in December. So that's how you get it, Denise. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Fantastic. Thank you, Denise.
Okay, so how about Diana in Miami?
All right, Diana, I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Thank you for taking my call. Yeah, I was invited by Mary Lewis, and this is my actual second time. And I have a lot of questions. I don't know if we have time. I've been taking supplements for years, and I do believe in them. So I'm currently on multiple ones. Ancient Nutrition Superfoods, so they are Vinia for blood flow, vitamin 3 and K2 NAC, menopause support, ultimate eye support, truly natural vitamins.
And you're still looking for an answer, is that right?
Still looking for an answer because my problem I have from day one, I still have it. When I lie at night, I feel like my body is sore. I don't know if it's poor circulation, but I have to be twisting and turning. I am very fit. I
This is her
exercise.
answer
I
right
do
here.
my deep breathing in the morning, relaxation exercise. I actually walk and I do stretching. So I really try with my health. Still, something is amiss. My body is extremely stiff when I get up in the morning from sleeping. And I suffer from anxiety. I know from I was born. No, you could talk to me and look at me and I would want to pass out. I have a feeling, yeah, and I have a feeling it's some problem with poor circulation. And I do a lot of research. I spend hours and hours research. Health, I'm one of them.
Okay.
And,
Okay, so let me respond. I think I got the idea.
okay.
Okay, so are you currently on Mito at this point or no?
No, this is my second time listening and learning and trying to be.
So here's.
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things that you mentioned have a mitochondrial component. What does that mean? It means that the amount of energy that your cells are producing is important to the correction of those. Okay? And by the way, how old are you?
I'm 64.
Okay. Chances are you already lost half your mitochondria. So you're not, if you were playing cards, you'd be having about half a deck to play with. Okay? Hard to win like that. So as your mitochondria comes back, your body will start fixing these things. One of the first things it's going to fix is your circulation. Okay? It's also going to help you normalize your emotions, because we're not talking physical here alone, we're talking about mental and emotional as well. That you heard the gentleman ask me earlier about autism, for example. All of this stuff gets better. You get more intelligent, particularly your emotional intelligence. You know, how you respond to situations that you encounter in everyday life. Life's gonna get easier.
Nope.
You just gotta start regrowing that mitochondria, and the only way to do it that anyone's ever come up with is what Dr. Ellie's done and put in our formulation. So definitely give it a try, get a bundle, and see if you don't come back sounding like some of these other people do.
Sure.
Okay.
Age of 7.5. And I think I can't digest. I have irritable bowel syndrome. You know, when they do all the necessary checks and they can't come up with anything.
Okay, so once again, that's another organ, your gut, right? Mm-hmm. We had Rebecca, who's on our customer service, and our worst gut health we've ever seen: Crohn's, acid reflux, bleeding, and having get iron transfusions periodically. All of that, every bit of it went away. Why? Because in the presence of that energy, her gut can fix itself.
This is what helped
me. So why don't you try it and see what your body fixes? Okay?
I will definitely try. I'd like to share something though. My pH is 7.5, and I normally get up in the morning and I squeeze half a lemon in warm water, and I think that makes a big difference with my pH. So I'm happy with my pH, although my gut is acid.
Okay, well, we want you to be happy with the rest of it as well. Okay? All right, I'm going to put you back there. I don't think I can say anymore. You got to try this stuff. Talk ain't going to do it. Okay?
Roger, one thing I want to add, when she and anybody else taking additional items, a lot of people are, you've got to understand, if you took every ingredient, you've pointed this out many times, Roger, that's in the store, if you took all 44, it still wouldn't be the same because of the XDS. You've got to understand the secret power here is the XDS allowing your body to use our stuff like nothing else that's ever used before. Well, here's something else about XDS. It has the effect of making water wetter. If you're taking something else, your body's going to use more of that than it's ever been able to use before because of XDS. That's why when someone like Ron in Spokane, his doctor, takes him off of his blood pressure medication, it's not a light switch. First, the doctor reduces the medication by 50%. Ron, you don't need as much of it. Why does that happen? Because the body's using more of it because it can. And then the body resets itself. The doctors, after another 6 months, says, Ron, you don't need this at all anymore. Your blood pressure is fine. So understand the power of what's in these ingredients and make it the base. If you're not going to stop taking the other stuff, no one's recommending you should. Just understand it's going to work better because the base of your existence now begins with MoreMito products, especially Restore. I just wanted to point that out again, Roger. Back to you.
Yeah. Yeah, your body's gonna fix itself. It won't need these artificial ways to fix it. Okay, so let's go with let's try Jeannie Clark again. See if you got her awake.
Jeannie, are you there with us? I've unmuted you. Hello, Jeannie.
Sometimes people raise their hand, they forget, they get busy doing stuff. There she is.
Oh my goodness.
Unmute her again. Okay.
I did. Go ahead, Jeannie.
I had two things today. First, I want to know if you can put the name of the book that Dr. Joy recommended. If you could put those things in the resources, so that when we go online, we can see the name of the book. Because I wasn't able to copy the name of the book.
So here's what I'll do. Dr. Joy, text me or Dale, text me the link on Amazon. Okay, and I will include it in the along with the call.
Research it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll still need to write it down, Jeannie, so that you can use it. But we'll put it back there. And again, everybody, it's 5 Tibetan, but we'll put it back there, Jeannie, so you can copy it. Okay.
Okay, and the other thing is, would I be able to find the links for people that suffer with the glaucoma? I have a dear friend who's having glaucoma issues.
I think we just had someone on the call today. Yeah, we just had someone on the call
I
today.
did hear that one.
Right.
And
just share today's call.
She didn't say that she
okay,
had
so let me do this. Let me screenshot you as a reminder, and I will find them. They may already be in your mobile marketing, right? Go back there and click on that, but I'll double check and make sure they are. If they are not, I will upload them there. Okay, so everybody can get it.
Mr. Hill is awesome.
I will
That's
agree
what
that.
we need.
Thank everybody for lifting the fog of ignorance with this call.
Wow. I can see clearly now. The rain and fog have gone. Thank you, Jeannie. Let me say this before we get done with this. I will be doing the Tuesday night Zoom call along with Maria Novelette and Nick. We're gonna focus on that mobile marketing system some more like we did last Tuesday. We're gonna do that again. We'll let you know. And how you use these resources. If you've not gone to your back office and downloaded the app, you need to go do that. I'll also point out there before I forget it that so if you have if you select something you want to send, just like glaucoma interviews, you can get a generalized search. You can find those under people health, or you can go to the vision category and look for it there. Either way, you'll find it. Okay. Then you can send it to whomever you want to send it to, and you choose the method by which you want to send it. Is that going to be WhatsApp? Is that going to be email? Is that going to be text? Okay. Then you choose it, but you're limited by what your system can do. I was talking to Madeline yesterday, and she was on her PC trying to send a text message. Well, the text message doesn't do that. I got a Mac, it does. I can take telephone calls, send text messages. I can do all of that from my Mac. But if you got a machine that doesn't support that, then you got to try a different method. Like go to your mobile phone and send it over there as opposed to sending it in your computer. Okay? So our system is just making it available to whichever facility you want to use to send it out. But if that facility does not work, you got to switch to another one. Okay? Just want to let you know that. We'll get into that more on Tuesday. All right. So.
All right.
Making this glaucoma note so I can for Jeannie. Got it. Okay. So
right, good. I've unmuted you. Durbin, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah. Durbin.
Hello. My question is, what if you have sensitivity to foods, especially the foods with that contains oxalates and stuff like that? And what's my other question? What about like an autoimmune, like a very intense autoimmune disease, everything bundled up in one, sensitivity to food, autoimmune,
We've talked about autoimmune several times.
the whole nine,
Okay, so let me,
Can you take this
respond
safely with
Yes.
autoimmune and food sensitivity?
okay, let me respond to that. So first of all of our bodies are different, and I got a son that's allergic to milk, dairy products. His body does not produce the enzymes he needs to digest that. Okay? Now, that's an inherent genetic issue that I don't know how you're going to solve that. He just needs to avoid that. There are some allergies that you get, that you acquire. I'm allergic to peanuts, pears, peaches, all of that. And I wasn't allergic to them when I was younger. I'm still allergic to them now. Okay? So some of these things are things in my experience, I just have to end up avoiding. Now, there's other things, though, and you won't know until you try it, that you won't be able to, you start out not tolerating, but you'll find out later that you can. Because some of these may be coming from, like, unhealthy gut conditions and so forth. So it just depends on what it is. Now, let me speak lastly to autoimmune conditions in general. We talked about this a bit last week when we were talking about cholesterol and plaque buildup and so forth. That's an induced autoimmune condition. Those kinds of things can be addressed just by normalizing your system. You grow back to mitochondria, your body now starts to reestablish those functions that have been broken. Like we talked about the system that transports that cholesterol out back into your liver, for example. That's been broken. So it's not working right, and you got that plaque building up in your system. That's an autoimmune response. But in general, autoimmune responses, like those IBS kind of conditions, we just see dramatic responses with them. So again, there's some things your body may not be equipped genetically to deal with. On the one hand, if you're talking about allergies and stuff, and if you're talking about autoimmune conditions, we see a lot of normalizing of that. Fibromyalgia, for example, really bad fibromyalgia. We've seen that go away. After people we grew their mitochondria. So you just gotta try it and see how your body does with it over time.
Okay, and one last question. You see people get better from fibromyalgia. What like as far as like wheelchair or walkers, wheelchair borne or maybe?
Yeah, I mean like rheumatoid arthritis. That's an autoimmune condition as opposed to osteo. We see people make great progress against that. We've had people in walkers get out of walkers. Okay, certainly your leg strength. You see people rocking back and forth. Their legs are so weak they can't get out of rock back and forth, get up momentum, be able to stand up, and then get on mito just because of restoring mitochondria, just because it immediately makes you stronger. They stand right up. You've seen that. Okay, but let me also say this. This is a complex process. Okay, and this exercise and diet component cannot be not emphasized. How you eat, how you exercise. Even if you do a chair exercise, that's so important, sends some really positive signals and whatnot. So look at this wholly. Get on our health and wellness, get on our nutritional call. Ask your questions to Dr. Joy. Engage her privately if you need more assistance in that. That would be my suggestion if this goes too far. But at the beginning of your journey, get some mito in you. Okay.
Okay. Okay, doctor. Thank you so much.
All right, Grace White.
Great question.
Grace White out of Philadelphia.
Grace, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to follow up with the few people who were asking about the glaucoma. And I confirmed you may have had my sister's testimony. When we first got into technology back in 2021, my sister had glaucoma and multiple other things going on. But she started to double dose, triple dose in the MoreMito, using the cream on the eye, in the eye, Petlife. I mean, we did everything. 6 months later, she went back to the doctor and she was astounded, screamed and hollered. He said, it's gone. All her glaucoma was gone in 6 months, y'all. So any person that's here and want to know how to use it, put it in your mouth, put it on your eyes, put the Petlife in your eyes, do everything that you can do. Change your diet, and the mitochondria is going to take care of itself. I just want to encourage you guys who are concerned about glaucoma. That's a thing in the past. Just take it. That's it. That's me.
Just take it. All right, thank you, Grace. Just take it. Okay. I'm in Simpson. Atlanta.
All right.
I'm in.
I've got you unmuted, Ahmed. Go ahead. Ahmed, are you with us?
All right.
4642.
Regina Kamara.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, I was just listening to the gentleman asking about food sensitivity, and Dr. Dillon can tell you, number one, you need to know your body and your blood type. And if you know your blood type, then there are charts that show you what type of food that type of blood can handle, and what type of food your body can't handle with that type of blood. You know, so that's a very important thing, because you're absolutely right. Everybody's body is different, you know. And as far as applying Restore, when you have like autism or anything mental or emotional, I would go to the base of the neck and look at the back of the ears or the bone right in the back of both ears, temple, and I would go so far as to even rub it into my forehead. You know, and you rub it real deep.
Yeah.
You know, until you feel something. And that'll work.
All right. Thank you, Ahmed. Appreciate that. Okay. We're about to wind this up now. Let's see about Regina Kamara.
Okay, Regina, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, I wanted to know, I was listening to TV and they were saying oatmeal is not good for you, that it's for horses. I just wanted to know what you feel.
Okay, so let me, I'm so happy you said it, because I'm so fed up with Dr. Phil and, what's his name?
Gundry.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. These are powerful marketers who will get on the internet and say stuff that's designed to make you comfortable with bad habits. And in because they're trying to sell their products, right? They're trying to sell their products. And all you gotta do is try the diet. That's all you gotta do. This is stupid. But people don't know that. And they know, and they come with their credential. I was thinking it is malpractice as far as I'm concerned. I was looking at Dr. Phil's thing on resolving type 2 diabetes. I don't even know if it works or not. All I know is if your way of selling that is to suggest to people that they can have an ice cold Coke and that they can eat cake just like this guy that they're showing you on that picture. That's ridiculous. Okay? So, no, just
some of this y'all gotta use y'all common sense and know whether these people are really telling you, you know, what's really gonna work.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
That's ridiculous.
We've not heard from Lynn Whitlaw. Lynn Whitlaw Benjamin.
All right, and I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Thank you for taking my call. Thank y'all for doing these calls. It really helps us all. I have one question. How do I get on Dr. Joy's? How do you pay the $20 to get on Dr. Joy's?
It's in your back office. It's in your back office as a product. It says Dr. Dan Nutritional Counseling that Dr. Joy is now doing. I guess we should just call it nutritional counseling. But that's what
I'll
it's
get that
like.
changed.
Click buy now, and it'll take you to the list of bundle page. You scroll to the bottom, and that's where you'll find it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Dr.
Lynn.
Joy's a hit. Dr. Joy's a hit, Dale.
She truly is.
Okay, we're not going to go too deep into overtime today, but bye, Quinlan.
All right, Maya.
MoreMito.
Go ahead with
Good
your question.
afternoon, Mito family. Good afternoon. I just have one question. To the person
just go in your back office and go to buy now.
Oatmeal is for horses. Is it a certain kind of oatmeal that's not good for you though, like that instant oatmeal?
Scroll.
That's not a mitochondria question. Dr. Joy, would you like to comment on that?
I've got to bring her back up, Roger.
It shows Dr. Dan's picture. You click on it. This is the product that you're going to be purchasing. We're purchasing a nutritional call.
Instant oatmeal. Is it as good as what you recommend for
It's only
oatmeal?
$20 a
Does it have
month.
a lot of sugar and stuff in it? Go ahead.
And then you click the
instant.
quantity,
They-
put your
they
one in there,
wanna take
you know, and
away all
then
the
proceed. It's real
fiber
simple.
from most of the fiber. They've taken the layers from outside to in. They removed them, then cooked them. They likely may not be organic. So you want to start with a perfectly clean organic product. And you didn't even have to cook the oatmeal. You could soak it in just like 118-degree hot water, and it's going to do you more good. Clean that gut. Thank you.
Okay, so just buy some organic oatmeal then.
Yeah.
Organic, give you a chance to get.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Old-fashioned road.
Okay, thank you so very much.
All right, great question.
Okay. Maritza?
All right, Maritza, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hi. Great day, greetings everyone. Thank you for taking my call. I have a simple question. In the morning, they would say drink water, but would you recommend or suggest that I take the Restore first and swish it in my mouth and then do the water, or does it matter? I just want to know if there's...
I've never seen that it matters. I would always do the Restore last, just because I want it on my teeth and gums last. Okay? So if I'm going to gargle, I'm going to do all that swishing of other stuff beforehand because I want that. I don't want to disturb that absorption process for the Restore afterwards. Okay?
Got it. Right.
But if I'm just drinking water, I'll drink water when I first get up. I'm kind of doing it last. I'm always doing that last.
The water last or the Restore? The
Restore last because I would brush my teeth first because I want to put the Restore in my mouth, swish it around teeth and gums, not swish it around teeth and gums and brush it off. Okay.
Got it. And thank you. And the second question and my final question is, someone who's in a contracted position, contracted because of them being bedridden, the Restore would be a go-to, or keep using all three?
All three.
The more
I'm trying to find out.
position.
Yeah, bedridden and they're not giving her the therapy she needs. Yeah, so she's just like contracted.
I'm missing the question. I missed the question. What's the question about the bedridden person?
I use the Restore and I put the Restore into the Rejuvenate. And that's what I use to kind of put over skin, and I do a little extension on her legs. And it did move. I did see a movement. So she is able to get out of that tense position. It's just that.
Okay, yeah, you're telling me what she can do, and I'm listening for your question.
But I'm doing the Restore, the oil, and I put some into the cream, and that's what I'm using, the Rejuvenate.
Yeah,
and I put that all.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, keep doing it.
But she
Okay.
did ask,
All right. That's
should,
it for today.
should she use all three?
Dan,
And
I'll call you
the
last
answer
night. I'll
is
call
yes.
you again. Let me take this last screenshot. I want to thank all of you for joining us. You're so much.
So thank you all that have gotten on here and joined us, whether you saw us on Facebook, whether you was on Success on Stephanie or Health the Wealth Show with Stephanie. If you were on Success on Stephanie or Health the Wealth Show with Stephanie, we hope that you subscribed. I know some of you did. Thank you for those in here. In the comments we have the link for you to create your free customer website. But on Facebook, you can just send me a message, or I'm going to go ahead and give you that link out. That link, I'm gonna give you the link that would take you straight to the page for you to put the information in. https:// MoreMito, MoreMito.com/SALFORD. I got that wrong, y'all. I'm giving y'all my regular website. https://MoreMito.com/joining joining/SALFORD/2. I'll say it one more time. https://MoreMito.com/joining/SALFORD/2. That's the link. If you were watching, referred by myself, watching one of my social media sites. However, if someone else referred you, you get back with that person that referred you, and they'll give you their link, and you'll go on their link and complete your free customer website. Now, the link I just gave, when you go on there, then it'll ask you to choose a username, a password, put your name, address, phone number, email address, submit it. Your free customer website is up just like that. And I do apologize if y'all heard some of my grandkids in the background. We have bad weather, so everybody's stuck in. So, we're trying to do the best that we can. So I apologize, if you heard anything. I normally try to have a quiet background. But the main thing is we want you to get your mitochondria strong. So in order to get your those of y'all that don't know what mitochondria is, I know Mr. Hill mentioned it. It's the powerhouse of your cells. So, just to tell you how serious it is, if you lost all your mitochondria, you would just drop dead. That's how serious mitochondria is. You're noticing things in your body that doesn't work like it used to because of lack of mitochondria. Okay, so it doesn't make a difference what ailment you have. We don't do conditions. We're in the mitochondria business, not in the curing business. We're in the mitochondria business because we know once you get your mitochondria strong, you start working on your mitochondria, your body already knows how to fix itself. That's the way God designed our bodies. He designed our bodies that when your mitochondria is strong, your body can fix itself from anything. So it doesn't make a difference what you have. If you go ahead and get your brain and body bundle, which is the Renew Body and Mind, the Restore Oil, and the Rejuvenate Gel, then you can start repairing your mitochondria. And we'd love to hear how your body responds once you start getting the products. On the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, if you go on our playlist, you notice on there several times how Mr. Hill and others were talking about you're going to mix one dose of the Restore Oil into your Rejuvenate Gel. there's a video showing you how to mix that on there. We have a lot of different videos that are on there that shows you how to do things. So if you want to know how to properly mix some of the Restore Oil, one dose of the Restore Oil into the Rejuvenate Gel, you go on there and there's a video showing you how to do that. There's a video showing you how to create your website. There's a video showing up on there, how to order. There's a lot of tools on there. If you go to the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, go under the playlist. And there will be continuing to add more and more tools. Another tool that helps out is the app. The app has been released now for MoreMito's app. And so you can go into your Play Store or whatever it is on the iPhone, and you can download it. And he is doing a couple of other things to it. So he has it about 80%, because the reason why he says that is because he's having some other stuff that you'll be able to do with it as well. So it's going to track everything. I mean, I love when, he's great. When I say he, Mr. Roger Hill, he's great on having the tools that we need to be successful. His background is he used to work for NASA, and they was recruited by the Pentagon. So a lot of people that we read about in the textbooks, he actually had conversations and, had dealings with them. Very educated. So again, it doesn't make a difference what ailment you have. Even if you think, oh, I'm just healthy, which so many people tell me that and don't realize they have things going on in their body. But, then you want to get on the product, because nobody and no animal has 100% mitochondria. Again, nobody has 100% mitochondria. So what does that mean? That means that every human needs what? Every human needs these MoreMito products. The Restore Oil, the brain and body, the Renew Brain and Body, the Rejuvenate Gel. And again, how to mix these two, the Restore Oil and the Rejuvenate Gel, go on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie and go to our playlist, and you can go under tools, or you can go under I think tutorials, and you can find the video there on how to mix that. You can also send me a message, and I can forward that information to you. For our pets, pets have mitochondria as well, right? So these are the two products that you want to use for the pets: the Petlife and Rejuvenate Gel. If you're going to use this on your pets, don't mix the Restore Oil in there. The reason why you don't mix the Restore Oil in the Rejuvenate Gel for the pets is because pets can't have citrus and something else. Those were removed from the Restore Oil, and the Petlife label is on there so that this can be used for pets, which is also why you heard people them talking about you can put the Petlife in your eyes, because all it is the Restore Oil minus those two ingredients, and they just put the label on here. So this is safe for humans to use as well, because it's just Restore Oil minus those two ingredients. But these are the two products you want to use for your pets. You want the Petlife and the Rejuvenate Gel by itself. No mixture, unless you put some Petlife in there, but no Restore Oil mixed in there for the pets. And because pets have some of the same things we do. They get cancer just like we do. They get allergies, you name it. They get things just like we do as humans. And so we want to make sure that we take care of the humans, the right way by building the mitochondria up, as well as the pets the right way by building the mitochondria up. And if you're wondering, oh, can we get the products if we're in Africa, or if we're in Canada, you name it, we ship everywhere. So you go ahead and create your free customer website. So again, either go to the website that I gave out, or that's in the comments, or get back with the person that referred you. And again, it's get your mitochondria built up so your body can fix itself, and then also pass the word on to other people, because other people need to hear about it and say, well, I don't know everybody that so if y'all would do us a favor and share these videos, share the information, so that we can continue to get the word out, because this is a product that everyone needs. As y'all heard Mr. Hill saying, that there's other products that say that they help this and they help that, but this is the only product that's actually building your mitochondria up. So we're in the mitochondria business. We build your mitochondria up, eyesight may get better. Like me, I used to have a restriction on my driver's license saying I had to wear glasses when I drive. I no longer have that restriction. You heard them talking about the what was it with the iron? Somebody was getting iron transfusions. because for many years, for the majority of my life, I was anemic, low iron and all that, right? So I stayed cold and you name it, right? I had to have a series of iron transfusions. I was in the hospital one time. They had to immediately give me iron transfusion, and then when I was going to my oncologist, he had to give me a series of iron transfusions. Well, that helped, right? But then I still had a few issues, but guess what? Once I got on these products, this is what changed everything. This is the only thing I did different from what I was doing before. When I got on these products, then things changed. I don't go to the cardiologist anymore. I don't go to the doctor for my migraines anymore. I don't go to the neurologist. You name it. Okay. My life had got to the point where doctors told me so many different things I wouldn't be able to do anymore. Okay. God has the last say so because He knows our body and He knows what He has in store for us. Okay. They told me I would never have any more kids. My youngest child came after they told me that. So I'm a living witness that, doctors don't know everything. They told me I would never be able to take care of my family. And I do a great job at taking care of my family. Okay. So just do yourself a favor. If you're really serious about yourself, if you love yourself, then you want to go ahead and get your products. Get your mitochondria strong. And then anybody in your family that you really love, get them on the products. Your pets. The thing is, this is for everybody. I heard them talking about the autism, the ADHD, you name it. It doesn't make a difference what it is. Just get the products. Have a blessed one, guys.